Section 1. Introduction. The urgent question on Europe's doorstep. Today is the 10th of October, 2025. A question hangs in the air: the balance of power in Eastern Europe. Will Sweden's Gripen fighter jet be the game changer for Ukraine? It's a simple question with a very complex answer. People all over the world are watching the news. They see the headlines and hear the debates. The world of military hardware can be confusing. This essay cuts through the noise, clear facts and straightforward answers. We will explore what the Gripen is, what has been happening recently, how this jet could make a real difference for Ukraine's defense. The stakes could not be higher. The situation on the ground is tough. Control of the skies is a massive part of modern conflict. For Ukraine, the right tools to defend cities and support troops are essential. The Gripen has been talked about for a while. Recent developments make the conversation urgent. It's not just one piece of equipment. Hope, strategy, giving a nation the means to fight back. Section 2. What is the Saab Gripen? A closer look at Sweden's finest. So, what exactly is this Gripen jet everyone is talking about? The Gripen is a fighter jet made in Sweden by a company called Saab. Its full name is the JAS 39 Gripen. The letters JAS stand for the three roles it was designed for in Swedish: jakt, fighter, attack, spänning, reconnaissance. A true multi-role aircraft designed for flexibility. It is a small, lightweight and very modern plane, the agile athlete, not the heavy brawler. One of the Gripen's most important features is its advanced electronics. It is packed with modern computers, sensors and a powerful radar. This allows it to find and track targets from a long way away. It also has a sophisticated data link system. This lets Gripens share information in real time with each other, with forces on the ground and with command centers. Everyone sees the same picture, a huge advantage. It can carry air-to-air missiles, air-to-ground bombs, and air-to-ground missiles. A key part of the Gripen's design philosophy is low operational cost, cheaper to fly and maintain than many competitors. It is fuel efficient and easy to maintain with fewer crew and less specialized equipment. That means more flying for the budget. Countries like Sweden, the Czech Republic and Hungary have chosen the Gripen. It can operate from short, rough airstrips, even public roads, a core Swedish requirement. Dispersed and hidden, it is much harder to find and destroy. A major reason it fits Ukraine's situation. Section 3. The 2025 picture. Recent updates and shifting tides. Throughout late 2024 and into this year, 2025, the story around the Gripen and Ukraine has really ramped up. A lot has happened to change the conversation from if to when. The most significant news has been the shifting political will in several key European nations. Sweden has signaled a stronger readiness to provide jets once NATO accession is settled and its own defense needs are secured, a major change from earlier caution. Political barriers are starting to come down, opening the door to practical planning. Ukrainian pilots and ground crews have begun assessments and preliminary training on the Gripen system, a huge step. With training underway and reportedly faster than expected, the operational timeline has shortened considerably. Quiet programs abroad are preparing the human element for day one effectiveness. Financially, a European coalition has reportedly assembled a fund for acquisition, transfer, and long-term support, critical for sustainability. Jets are one thing. Paying for spare parts, weapons, and ongoing maintenance is another. Dedicated funding shows long-term commitment. Plans for maintenance and supply hubs in neighboring countries would keep complex work secure yet close to the action. Support is becoming more sophisticated, building an ecosystem, not just sending equipment. It is about keeping Gripens in the fight for the long haul. Taken together, these updates signal momentum, political will, training in motion, firm financing, and logistics that make the plan real. Section 4. A matter of numbers. How many Gripens could Ukraine get? The big question is simple. How many? The exact number isn't set. It depends on ongoing discussions with partners. It's a balance of political agreements, logistical capacity, and what donor air forces can spare. Current talk ranges from an initial batch of around 12 to 14 jets, about one squadron, to several dozen delivered in phases over the next couple of years. Even a single squadron can matter for priority missions. It won't control Ukraine's vast airspace, but it can defend key areas and respond quickly. For example, defending Kyiv against cruise missiles and drone attacks, protecting ground troops and logistics hubs as a mobile air defense force. Analysts say 3 or 4 squadrons, roughly 36 to 56 aircraft, would start to challenge Russian air dominance. That force enables defense and supports ground offensives, a capability largely lacked so far. Expect scalable plans. An initial squadron proves integration, tactics are refined, experience builds. Then expansion as crews graduate and jets come available. The number is also a signal of long-term Allied support. There are several key reasons why the Gripen is seen as a strong option for Ukraine right now. First, fast delivery and integration. Existing Gripens could be transferred relatively quickly, and training is efficient. In a war where time is critical, speed is a massive advantage. Second, low running cost. War is expensive, resources are stretched. Gripen burns less fuel and needs smaller crews, more missions for the same budget. Third, rugged dispersed operations. Ukrainian air bases are under threat. Gripen can refuel and rearm in about 10 minutes with a small team, then launch again from roads. Dispersal avoids clustering valuable jets at vulnerable airfields. Finally, modern electronics and flexibility. Advanced radar and data link integrate with Western intelligence and air defense. It can share and receive targeting data, a quarterback in the sky. It performs air defense, ground attack, and reconnaissance with quick loadout changes. One aircraft covering multiple roles. For a smaller air force, that multi-role efficiency is exactly what maximizes limited airframes. Result: faster field, affordable to run, and tough to suppress. To understand Gripen's value, compare it to other jets in the sky. Older Russian-designed aircraft, Su-27 and MiG-29, are powerful and agile, often carrying heavier loads, but based on older tech, radar, electronics, self-protection, generations behind. They're maintenance-heavy and costly to operate. Gripen leaps ahead in avionics, efficiency, and survivability. The American F-16, highly capable and already in Ukrainian service, is comparable in many ways. But F-16s were designed for large, well-equipped bases with long runways and significant support. Gripen thrives on short, rough airstrips, better for dispersed operations under threat. The F-35 is a 5th-gen stealth powerhouse, but astronomically costly, infrastructure-intensive, and complex to train and maintain. Gripen sits smartly in the middle, a massive jump over Soviet-era jets, more austere-friendly than F-16, far faster and cheaper to field than F-35. It balances capability, affordability, and operational fit for Ukraine's urgent needs. It isn't the absolute best on every metric, but it may be the right fighter for Ukraine right now. The Gripen seems almost tailor-made to solve major challenges for the Ukrainian Air Force. Survivability in a highly contested environment. Main air bases are constantly monitored and targeted. Gripen can operate from short, dispersed runways, including roads, a game changer. Dispersal prevents concentration. Assets become less predictable and more resilient. Another need, an aircraft that works intelligently with existing and new systems. The war favors networking. Gripen's data link ties to Patriot, reconnaissance drones, and Western intelligence platforms. A pilot can see targets from ground radar or drones miles away on the display. That network-centric approach multiplies effectiveness. To counter long-range missiles and aircraft armed with Meteor, Gripen becomes a formidable defender with far-reaching radar. It helps shield cities and eases strain on ground defenses, enabling proactive interceptions. Flexibility matters. Morning air defense, afternoon precision strike after rearming. A small number can have outsized impact, plugging critical gaps. While promising, we must be realistic about limitations and risks. Numbers matter. The Russian Air Force is much larger, with dense SAM networks. Gripens will be at risk on every sortie. Decisive impact needs more jets and clever employment to avoid losses. Gripen is valuable, not invincible. A fighter is only as good as its flow of spare parts, weapons, and support. Interrupt the supply or run low on specific missiles, and the fleet is grounded. This tale is complex, expensive, and targetable. It must remain robust and secure. A reliable supply chain is non-negotiable. Training still takes time, not just takeoffs and landings, but fighting the aircraft and teaming effectively. Ground crews must master sophisticated systems in field conditions. Political risk, delays, government changes, or use restrictions, for instance, limits on striking targets inside Russia. Success requires strong, unwavering coalition commitment. So, will the Gripen be a game-changer for Ukraine? Honestly, not a single war-winning solution on its own, but it can be a hugely significant addition to Ukraine's defense. Gripen brings modern technology, operational flexibility, and affordability tailored to current needs. Its dispersed capability and low running costs make it practical for a long, difficult conflict. Impact depends on numbers delivered, speed of delivery, quality of pilot and ground crew training, and above all, consistent logistics. Gripen's value is maximized as part of an integrated network: SAMs, drones, long-range fires, and well-trained ground forces. It can protect skies, enable advances, and strike key targets, capabilities long needed. The Gripen is a brilliant option today. Effective, efficient support that boosts Ukraine's air power. Delivered in sufficient numbers with robust support, it will change the game in key battles. A symbol of smart support and hope for a more secure future.